Hi, everyone. I hope each of you are doing well. I was going to spend the next few minutes sharing an update in regards to my medical treatment, recovery, and as much as I can do the rest of my life. I think I want to start with the good part first. I'm starting to have about 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes in the either afternoon or the evening where I can do some chores. It's not near enough to manage my life, but my body is starting to come through the surgery. I'm hoping in another month or two I'll be able to get back to posting regular videos. Right now I'm just absolutely swamped in trying to just stay ahead of life. This hasn't been easy, but it was never going to be easy following the surgery because of the two that I had last year and how taxing this has been on my body. If I haven't directly said it yet, the knee replacement surgery overall has been successful in that the pain that started in my right knee joint, that amplified, that got worse when my artificial hips were replaced, is mostly resolved. It's not all resolved yet, but mostly resolved. The way my surgeon put it is as soon as I'm able to straighten out my right knee joint, the pain from surgery goes away. And it is happening. It's a very slow process, but it is happening for me. And I just need to keep pushing forward with it. The hardest part, though, is it makes pain to recover. And it's not like flick your hand a few times pain. It genuinely hurts. But it's how you rehab, and you kind of just have to do it. I did want to be clear, this has been the single most hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life. This hasn't been pleasant, but it's coming. I probably have another 3 or 4 months before we're ready for the next operation. I'm glad I had the knee replaced. If I'm honest with you, there's probably been 5 times in the past 8 weeks where I could have taken my right leg off and been happy not to have it, but the worst of those times have passed. What's been happening is I've been 2 or 3 stretches away from causing my right knee to freeze in position for a day because of doing too much. There's been such a fine line between rehab and not helpful. With a knee, if you do too much, you put it into an inflammatory response, and the knee locks, it freezes. It does come out of it, and it's a lot of effort to get it out of it, but I'm getting kind of good at it. Oh dear, for all the things I never thought I'd say in my life. Oh dear. So I'm pleased with how this is going, and I don't regret having the knee replaced, even though I've still have a lot of recovery to go. So now for a bit of the harder news. While I was doing the stretches for this, I've accidentally, very badly injured my other knee joint. It wasn't doing okay before this. My other knee joint is actually now worse than the one that was replaced at the time of surgery, and it's reached the end of its useful service life. So unfortunately, part of the conversation with my next appointment with my surgeon will be further discussing replacing my other knee joint when I've recovered and when the fluid draining problem that's still happening with my hip joints has been surgically addressed. I still have a multi-year process ahead of me to get through this series of operations. It just is kind of what it is. I made a mistake with the with my right knee surgery. My surgeon asked me to read over the the patient's guide to knee replacement surgery. He said to me, "You'll know most of this already, but please still read it over." I did. I knew everything except one page. And I made a mistake thinking that it was going to be similar to a knee surgery recovery. It's not. Boy, is it not. But I'm better equipped now to deal with the recovery from a knee. That's the best way of saying it. I've kind of learned the difference between a hip replacement and a knee replacement. With a hip, if you sit down on your bed or you lay down on your bed or you sit on the toilet, you're passively exercising the hip. There's no equivalent for a knee. You just have to force heal it and put it through its paces and keep putting it through its paces until it's recovered. That's the upshot of it. But as I said, I'm glad it's replaced, and I am in less pain than before the surgery happened in terms of my right knee. So other things going on in my life that are helpful. Today my power wheelchair is having a major overhaul. Everything on it that can be replaced and needs to be replaced is going to be replaced, except for the 2 large wheels. I've wore everything else out. It's getting picked up in about an hour, and I'll get it back at the end of today. I'm kind of looking forward to this. It's been needing to be overhauled for about a year now, and I've just been putting it off, but it went into a fail-safe mode. In fact, a week ago today, a week ago tomorrow, and the motors are degraded on it, and it needs to be fixed. It should be helpful once I get it back, though. It'll be good for another 4 or so years, except for maybe bearings and the batteries and the little tires, but it'll be good for a while again. This is in time for Thursday, where I head to see my surgeon again. In other little news, I've got a little fuzzy buddy again. A little hamster moved in with me. I don't have him tame yet. It's going to take a little bit. I've not been able to put as much effort into this because of the surgery recovery. But he's there, and I've been talking to him, and he's getting used to my presence, where he just doesn't run for cover as soon as I say hi to him. I did see something absolutely adorable. He was using his one paw to scratch his armpit. It was just hilarious. I'm going to have to do his shavings later this week. But I'm glad he's here. And it's nice to have a little bit of noise in the house that's not just me. Let me see. Other stuff going on in my life. I had a random thought about a month ago, and I bought a new mattress for my bed. And it's made a big difference to the quality of sleep and waking up with less pain in my hip joints. It was money well spent buying a new mattress. Yeah, it's really made a big difference. I bought a mattress in a box of interest to any of you, and for what it's worth, this particular mattress is 3 layers of memory foam, and then that's sort of encased in a piece of cloth. I have bought a mattress protector that goes over top of it. So there is a firmness rating on mattresses. There's an orthopedic number or a range, and I went down the rabbit hole of finding this out and then looking at manufacturer specifications to match one. It took me about 35 minutes to fall asleep the first night, and I slept for 6 hours straight. The second night I just started falling asleep again, and it's worked out really well. But for those of you who are going to be buying a mattress and you got orthopedic conditions, very worthwhile knowing that this is available and an option. And there's a little bit of give to it, but overall it's just to support you. And when you're laying down, it does indeed support you. I've been doing some work on my blog again and enjoying it. At this point, there's probably 3 days work for me to get it caught back up. It helps me organize my thoughts when I'm working on it. So I'm trying to get caught up on everything that I wanted to write about that I haven't got to yet. That's kind of everything that's been going on in my life. Actually, there's 2 more things. I bought myself a grape plant about 6 weeks ago. I've been really enjoying going outside each day and watering it. And then a week ago, I bought myself a raspberry plant. And I've also been really enjoying going outside and giving it water each day. It's been really rewarding, and I've been enjoying getting outside the house for a few minutes. It's obvious that for most of this summer, I'm going to be spending it around my home just because of having recent surgery. So it's nice to get outside for a few minutes each day. I need to get help getting my backyard grass cut. Right now it's really badly overgrown. And I've got someone lined up. We just don't know what time yet. They're not available today when it was going to be done because of other commitments the person has. But anyway, he'll get back in shape again and look nice when my brother comes to see me in a few weeks. Okay, I hope each of you are doing well. I don't have too much else to say right now. My life's literally been the recovery and then resting to recover, then more stretches to recover, and just keeps on going back and forth. Okay, hope each of you are doing well. Bye for now.